capitalize on all of the contests and focuses that we have. And I want you to write this in your notes. You ready? The small wins add up to the big wins. I'm going to say this again. The small wins add up to the big wins. Now, right now in our business and in our system, what is the big win, everybody? The big win is SMD 100K. And in order for SMD 100K, Danny, small wins. What are small wins? Turn this light green. Turn the second light green. Really capitalizing on all of these small polo giveaway, medal giveaway, this contest, that contest, and her team is doing something very, very big. And Odetta, I challenge you and your team to maximize 75 to 100 people in Atlanta. I know you guys are on the way. You have many people running the 11 lights. In fact, I think the list that I had gotten from Odetta and her team, right, of all the people running 11 lights, from Yvonne Norville, Judith Hamilton, Miss Helen Amsterdam, Usha Singh, Vita Tappan, Dawn, Padmeen, Renuka, Rowan, Shelly Ann, Mickey Dawson, right? All these guys that you have running 11 lights, you have many of them that are pushing for this medal by tonight, but they don't recognize that by hitting the medal, hitting the polo, they're on their way of turning 11 lights green, right? So, Odetta, share with these guys a little bit, because Odetta's found something in her team that is working with these little contests. She called me the other day, Ruben, and said, you know what I noticed? My team is running the little contests, and by running the little contests, they're qualifying for the bigger things, right? And I said, Odetta, you got it. That's the psychology behind the little things that add up to the big ones. So, Odetta, share a little bit of what you've been discovering with everybody.
Awesome. Good evening, everybody. Guys, it's all about winning. I tell my team, this is a winning team, right? What you tell yourself matters. So if I'm saying every day, this is a winning team, we've got to win, psychologically, it makes you run. So when I first started in WFG back in 2017, I had no idea what was going on with the business. But Michelle said to me, Odetta, there's a gala happening in California. I know you don't really understand everything, but just come to the gala. I came to the gala. It was not a convention. It was not a training. It was a gala. And I sat there and saw so many people parading on stage who had a watch, who had a t-shirt, who had a sword, who had medals. And I didn't really understand what they did to get these things, but it ignited something in me. It made me realize, well, I don't know what it did, but I want to be up on stage too. I want to have that feeling too. And from day one, that stood with me, that every time Johnny launched a contest, even if it's a pen, a t-shirt, a piece of paper, you want to run for it, because those little things, as he say, add up. Number one, it also, let me share this, if I can share my screen. Who doesn't want to win, right?
You should be able to share.
Okay, perfect. Everyone loves winning. If you ask anybody that you know in your circle who doesn't want to win, even a crackhead, right? Everybody wants to win. So how does this tie into our philosophy, right? When you're winning psychologically, that's helping with your self-improvement. That's making you feel good. That's helping you with your self-esteem. That's helping you with your confidence. That's helping you knocking down any doubt. When you go to convention and you see people on stage talking about things that you never even think of, all of a sudden now the doubt gets little. You might be thinking, oh, it's going to take me 2-3 years to become an SMD. But then you go to convention and you hear somebody saying, wow, I hit it in 12 months or I hit it in 9 months. So it breaks down that doubt that you have. So winning, even though it might seem like, oh, I'm just running for a t-shirt, I'm running for a contest, it is doing so much more than that. It is igniting something inside of you. All right. Again, most people love to win. So we want to be in that winning mindset, having that winning spirit, having a winning habit. And these little things adds up. So with every contest that Johnny puts out, and I'm going to pull up the categories, as he said, if you're running for it, yes, it might seem small right now. You may not even connect the dots, but that 2 recruit is counting towards the 9 recruits, right? Or that convention that you're going to sign somebody up is going to count towards your 15 convention. And all of these little wins is going to have a compound effect, which we talk about. We know how compound interest work. Well, it doesn't only work on your money, it's going to work on you too, because over time, you're getting better, right? Because you're growing yourself, you're winning these little contests, which is going to add up to the big one. So in our business, what does that look like? It looks like running for all the contests, which will get you recognized, which will put you on stage, because you can't just run up on stage, right? You cannot just run up on stage. You got to qualify for something to walk the stage. And I tell you, when I'm at the last convention we just had, a couple of my teammates came up to me and they said, Odetta, it felt so good being on stage. My teammate Judith brought her son, and he was so excited running up on stage. And it's like, guess what? His mom came back from convention and she hit the first contest because it did something to her. Seeing her little 7-year-old boy was so excited on running up on stage. So I'm like, this is really big. It's not just, being recognized, or I don't care about the t-shirt. It's doing so much more than just getting a t-shirt or getting a record or getting an award or a plaque or something, right? So I encourage all of you to run for all the contests. Let me see if I can find the categories. Whatever the categories are, because Johnny is so smart and he's tied everything to, the 11 lights. All we got to do is just follow the blueprint. We ain't got to question this thing. We ain't got to worry, if I should do it. No, it's not about if you should do it. It's about I have to do this, because when I do this, it's only going to help you grow to the next level. So some of the contests right now that we're in, which is going to end at midnight, guess what? It's not about the medal. It's what you're doing to get the medal. It's you racking your brain. Well, who else can I call? What can I say? It's you being hungry to make that sale or make that recruit. And then when you do get the 2 recruit and the convention registration, you feel good. That's another checkpoint. So every level is going to stretch you with these contests and recognition and promotions that we're having. And then ultimately, it's adding up to the big picture. Who doesn't want to be an SMD 100K? As much as I have the Power Momentum watch, I still want that green watch because green is my favorite color. So guess what? Let's stay laser focused. Don't question this thing. Just do it. And don't limit yourself also, because not because it says 2, you're going to go for 2. Right? We got the whole month of August. We know what the end number is. The end number is getting 9 recruits. So yes, if you could go for more than 2, don't limit yourself to only 2. So when Johnny first launched, shared this recognition this recognition information, like I took a screenshot because for me, I love winning, right? But it's not just about me winning, it's my team winning. And speaking of my team, these guys have been doing phenomenal. I noticed for the last three or 4 contests that Johnny's been putting up, they've just been running for it without me even telling them to do it. They're doing it. So I want to give a shout out to people like Shelly Ann, Dawn, Vita, Donna, Miss Helen. Of course, my Auntie Vaughn, she lost her phone, so she's devastated right now trying to get a connection. But all the people who've been hitting these milestones, I encourage you to continue doing it, because these little wins adds up to the big win. And don't keep being laser focused on the end goal. The end goal is you becoming an SMD, but you don't want to be a lazy SMD. You don't want to be an SMD that's dependent on your team. You want to be that kind of SMD that's going to go get it with or without your team. You know how to recruit. You know how to present, right? So I encourage you to follow the system. It is crystal clear. We ain't got to worry about nothing. We got the blue book. Let's just run the play.
I love it. I love it. Awesome. Awesome. Team's on fire, Odetta. And many 11 lights coming and many SMD 100Ks coming for you and your team by the time we go to Atlanta. So amazing, amazing job. All right, before I bring up the closing speaker, a few things I just want to cover with everybody. Number 1 is I want to make sure that you